guys, my name is Holly, and today I'm going to be doing a tutorial on how to make a Harry Styles cardigan inspired bucket hat because his new album came out yesterday, so I thought it would be fun to make this. It's really easy. I would say it's a beginner tutorial. All you're going to need is all the different colors of yarn, and you're going to need a 4.5mm crochet hook and a darning sewing needle. Alright, let's get started. Alright, so with my green yarn, I'm going to start by making a slip knot. And I'm going to chain 21 stitches. Okay. Now that you have your 21 stitches, this whole square is going to be done in single crochet. So we're going to start in the first stitch that is right next to the loop that's on your hook. So we're going to insert, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, and then pull through both the loops. I'm going to do it again. I'm going to insert, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through the last two loops. One more time, go through, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through the last two loops. I'm going to show you one more time. Insert, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through the two loops. So we're going to do this until we get to the end. Now I've reached the end of my row. We're going to chain one. We're going to turn our work. And now we're just going to keep doing single crochets until we get to the end. And you want to make sure that you go into this very first stitch right here. So I'm going to insert, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through. And then we're going to continue until we get to the other end. So now once we've reached the end, we're going to do exactly what we did last time. We're going to chain one, turn our work, insert, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through. And then we're just going to keep single crocheting. Continue the same pattern of just doing rows of single crochet until you reach 10 total rows. So you should have a square. Once you reach the end of the last row, you can give yourself a little bit of slack and cut the end. So we have one square done. Now we're going to continue the same thing with our orange and our yellow yarn. So let's do that. Okay, so just to recap, we're going to slip stitch, slip knot, then we're going to chain 21. We have our 21. We're going to single crochet into the first stitch from the hook. And we're going to do a whole row of single crochets. And then we're just going to repeat the exact same pattern that we did for the green square. Do that also for your yellow square. And once we've done both of those, I'm going to meet you guys where we're going to learn how to do the Houndstooth square. All right, see you then. Okay, so now that I have my 3 squares done, we're going to move on to the Houndstooth square. So you're going to grab your red yarn, and we are going to start by chaining 21, just like the other squares. So slip knot, and chain 21. Now that we have our chain of 21 done, we're going to start with a single crochet into the second loop from the hook. So this is the first loop, this is the second loop. So this is different than the other ones. So first loop, second loop. We're going to single crochet. So we're going to insert, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through. Now, instead of doing another single crochet, we're going to do a double crochet. So we're going to yarn over, insert into the stitch, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through the first 2 loops, yarn over, pull through the last 2. Now we're just going to alternate that until we get to the end. So we're going to single crochet, and then we're going to double crochet. And I'll see you 1 stitch before the end. Alright, so I've made it almost to the end of the row. I just did my last single crochet. The row is always going to end on a double crochet. So we start on a single crochet, end on a double crochet. So we're going to yarn over, insert the hook into the last stitch, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through the first 2 loops, and pause before you pull through the next ones because we're going to switch colors. So what I like to do when I switch colors is I'm going to make a little slip knot out of the black, put it on my hook just like that, and we're going to pull through the last 2 loops. So once we switch colors, we're going to grab our excess strings, so the red string and the little black end, we're going to hold them together. We're going to go under those 2 and yarn over with the black one so that we can chain 1, but still keep those other pieces of yarn with us. So we've chained 1. We're going to turn our work. And instead of cutting these pieces off, we're going to use them and we're going to just weave them in. So remember that every row starts with a single crochet. So right into that first stitch, we're going to single crochet. So to weave the ends in, you're just going to keep them right with everything else. You're going to hold them right with everything else. So the next one's going to be a double crochet. So we'll yarn over with the black, holding the other strings down, insert, yarn over with the black, pull through, yarn over, pull through the first 2 loops, yarn over, pull through the second 2 loops. Now we're going to single crochet, keeping the other ones down there. We're going to insert, yarn over, and pull through, yarn over, pull through both. So now we're just going to do that until the end of the row. Okay, so again, I've stopped right before my last stitch. The last stitch is going to go into this one right here. It might be a little difficult to see, but just know you're always ending on a double crochet. So we're going to yarn over, go into the stitch, yarn over, pull through, yarn over and pull through the first 2 loops, and pause, and we're going to just twist the strings now because you've kept the string, you've just woven it under, yarn over and pull through the second 2 loops. So this is going to make changing colors a lot easier. This is what my first 2 rows look like. Now we're just going to continue the pattern until we have a square. Okay, so now I have my 4 squares, which are going to make up the round part of the hat. So we're going to take a little darning needle like this. We're just going to sew in the ends and weave them into our piece. So what I do is I thread the needle. You're just going to go in, out, in, out, in, out in your piece one way. Pull it all the way through and just do it back again the other way. And by doing this, you're just kind of securing the ends a little bit and hiding them. Once that is done, you're just gonna cut right there, and you will have a square. So do that to both ends on each square. Okay, so now that I have those woven in, I'm gonna grab my red yarn and my crochet hook again. We're gonna make another slip knot. And now we're gonna work on attaching these 4 squares. So in order to do that, I know I want, let's see, I know I definitely want the green attached to this one. So you're gonna line your hook up with the stitches that you think match, and it's fine if it's not exact. So I'm gonna go in what I think is the first stitch here and what I think is the first stitch here. So I have my hook through both of the first stitches. Going to grab that loop, put it on my hook, pull through, and I'm gonna act like I'm single crocheting. So pull through both loops, here we go. And then I'm gonna yarn over, pull through. So now we're gonna do that into the next stitch. So I'm gonna insert, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through. By doing this, we're gonna get kind of like a little nice red border, and it's gonna make it really pop. So I'm gonna insert, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through. So just keep doing that. Insert into both, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through. So you should be getting this little like braid type thing right at the edge. So we're gonna keep going. Go through, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through. So just keep doing that until you get to the end and you have these lined up. So once we get to the last one that I've just done, pull it open a little bit, cut it off, and then I'm just gonna weave in that end just like I did with the other ends. All right, this is what it should look like when it's done. Don't worry if the ends aren't perfect, like my end right here isn't exactly perfect. It's gonna be covered up by another one. So now I'm gonna attach the orange onto this side. So we're just gonna do the exact same thing. So I'm gonna slip knot. Oh, slip knot, let's try that again. There we go. I'm gonna slip knot. Gonna get my orange square, line it up with the first stitch of each. So poke my thing through, poke my hook through, put my loop on my hook, pull through, yarn over, pull through. And then we're just going to continue that pattern again. Most of this hat is repetition. Once you do something one time, you're going to be doing it multiple times, just the exact same way. So it's actually relatively simple. So just continue to do this all the way down until you get to the end, and you're going to fasten it off again. Once I'm done attaching this one, I will also attach the yellow one, and I'm going to attach it to both the orange and the green. So when you're done with everything, you should have a loop or a circle. Okay, so once you have all of them stitched together, you can try it on and see if you like how it fits. So I have a reasonably big head, and this fits me pretty well. It's pretty snug. So I think this will be the right size for everyone. Once you've done that, we're gonna start doing the top. So the top is gonna be another square, but we're gonna make it a little bit bigger. So start your top with 25 chains. Okay, so for this part, we're gonna take our red wool and we're gonna crochet 25 chains this time. Once your 25 chains are crocheted, we're gonna do exactly what we did before. So we're gonna single crochet into the first stitch in the row and just continue that along the whole row until you get to the end, and then you will chain 1 and repeat the exact same thing until you have a square. So once we finish this square, we actually aren't going to fasten it off or weave in the ends. Because red is the color that we're going to be using for these seams, all we're going to do is we're going to line it up with one of the corners. We're going to put the yarn on the outside. We're going to poke through the hat part, tighten it, pull it through, and then we're just going to continue it along here. So we're doing the same thing we were doing before, which is inserting in both, yarn over, pull through, yarn over. So let's just keep that going all the way around the hat. And also, don't worry, all the corners don't need to be perfectly lined up. The hat will still look great either way. All right, so I have made it all the way around. This is what it looks like. It should kind of look like a cube right now. It's not going to look like that when it's on your head. So it's completely fine if yours looks like a cube. So all we're going to do is the same thing that we've done with the other ones, where we're going to cut the excess and we're going to weave in our ends. Okay, so the final part of the hat is going to be the brim. So, as with most things, we're going to start with a slip knot. You can pick any point in the hat. I would pick whichever color you want to be the back of the hat. So I'm pretty sure I want this like cool, the houndstooth one to be the front of the hat. So I'm going to start back here with the yellow. All we're going to do is put that loop on our hook, tighten it, pull it through, and now we are going to chain 2. So chain 1, chain 2. Now when we go into each stitch, we're going to put 3 stitches in each stitch. If you want the brim to be a lot more wavy, like a lot more scalloped, I would put maybe 4 or 5 stitches, but I like a medium amount of scallop, so I'm going to put 3 in each. So we're going to do 3 double crochets in each stitch. So I'm going to start with 1, 2, 3. So I've done 3 double crochets in my first stitch. Now I move to the next stitch and I do 3 double crochets into that one. If you start going and find that you've done too many, or it's like too wavy for your liking, you can also alternate between like 2 or 3 stitches. So you can do 2 stitches in one, 2 double crochets in one, 2, oh my gosh, I can't speak, 2 double crochets in one stitch and 3 in the next. But I'm just going to keep 3 the whole way around. So continue that until you meet back at the beginning. Okay, so once we reach the end, what I'm going to do is I'm going to slip stitch into the top of that chain. And then I want mine to be longer, like the brim to actually be a little bit longer. So I'm going to go around again, just putting 1 double crochet in each stitch. So we're going to start by chaining 2 again. And I'm going to put 1 double crochet in every single stitch. So this is just going to make the brim a lot longer. Okay, so I've made it back to the beginning again. So what we're going to do this time is we're going to go for a slip stitch, but instead of staying in the red, we're going to switch to blue. We're going to pull through all the way. And now you don't have to worry about like weaving in any of the other color or any of the ends, because this is going to be our last color. But all we're going to do is chain 1, and then we're going to single crochet once in every stitch all the way around. So I'll go to the next stitch, single crochet, and all this is doing is adding a nice little like blue border, because on Harry Styles' cardigan has a nice like blue border on the front. So that's kind of what we're replicating. So that is what it should look like.
So just continue that all the way around. Okay, so I finished my last stitch, and now I'm going to pull that, cut it, and weave in all my ends, and we should be done.
Okay, and this is it when it's done. If you guys enjoyed this tutorial, please make sure to like the video and subscribe to my channel. And if you want tutorials on anything else, just drop it below in the comments. All right, bye-bye.